wonderful viewers. You're watching Senbiance TV online with me, Sena Buba. And today I am here with Honorable Mr. Ousman Touray of Sabach Sanjal constituency. Mr. Touray, can you introduce yourself?
Thank you. My name is Honorable Ousman Touray, member of the National Assembly representing Sabach Sanjal constituency.
When did you join the political arena?
Good. I joined the political arena way back in 1995, in active politics in 1995. Yeah, that was the very year I started engaging into politics.
What motivated you to become a politician?
Really, it's very nice to get this question because I will go back to history. You know, my father was a renowned politician under the previous regime, the PPP regime, and he was the constituency chairman, and he built a very strong relationship between him and the then National Assembly member for the area, who was the then vice president. And when I grew up, I saw my father in this, and I was learning through that, and my father was able to make a lot of difference in regards to development in the area. That really motivated me to, go into politics, really. Okay.
Mr. Ousman, you are supporting NRP. Why are you supporting NRP instead of any other?
Wonderful. Parties are here for people to cherish, and my choice is NRP for the simple fact that, initially when I joined the politics in 1995, I was working with the then transition AFPRC. So from there, I even handled position in APRC after the transition. I was a ward councillor for 2 terms. Then from there, I had a little different problem with the APRC. And when that happened, I was, sacked out of the party. And a politician is to participate and contribute in elections. Now, the time I joined the NRP was in 2011, when all the other parties boycotted election. There was no room for me to participate unless I joined the NRP. So because of that, I joined the NRP to participate in that election, and that's how it went.
Okay. As the sitting MP, why do you think people of Sabach Sanjal elected you?
Actually, this is a very pertinent question, and they elected me for various reasons. As I told you, when I was a councillor, I handled, Sabach Sanjal is a composition of 2 wards, Sabach ward and Sanjal ward. I was the sitting councillor for Sabach ward, and during my tenure, I was able to bring a lot of developments to the people, which people really appreciated. I in fact went to the extent of going to the other wards, Sanjal. I took some development there, I took some wells, I took some relief items, I took a lot of development in that area. These people appreciate and request for my contesting. This is why, in fact, I contested election when other parties said they are going to boycott because of the bad electoral policies. So that is why this is how it comes. So people, they are really motivated by my efforts during that time, and they want me to represent them in the National Assembly.
So far, what development plans do you have for your constituency?
The development plans I have is too huge, it's too big. Basically, in fact, how I developed this plan was to consult the villages. After consulting the villages, I asked them to prioritize 3 basic projects for each village, and when they did that, I compiled them, and with that, I make my own priority, because the issue is, I am a born citizen of that area, and I know how people are suffering. I know what affects their life directly or indirectly. So basically, in the plan, if you look at the plan, I wish I have this plan here. If you look at the plan, you see that people complain about the poor road infrastructure in the area. That was the first each village identified in the plan. The other issue is water. Water was another problem. And the 3rd priority was electricity. And the 4th one was this one, how to call it, health. This is how they rated their priorities, and I'm working along those lines to ensure that my target or their plans are really active. That is how I come up with the plan.
How often do you visit your constituency?
I can say I am the most frequently National Assembly member who visit his area in a very frequent way, because for me, I think every 2 weeks I go to my constituency. I just left there yesterday. When I went there with the Minister of Environment, I posted a parliamentary question on a very severe environmental problem happening in one of the villages in my constituency called Mbapo Mariga. I've been following this, and a lot of effort were done, but still now I was not content. I told the minister that, would you mind to make a visit there? And the minister appreciated my request, and he scheduled a date. That was on Monday. We were not able to go there on Monday, but Tuesday I went there with the minister and his team. We surveyed the whole area. In fact, currently I'm writing a letter to the governor of Senegal, the regional governor, so that we can pursue our recommendation to the visit.
After you won the elections, did you make any reconciliation with your people?
Exactly. That was the first message I released when I was first interviewed. The reason being, if you look at Sabach Sanjal, it's a very critical area which has a lot of political division. If you look at the past regime, they separate, they segregated people politically. People are not in the same line politically. Because of that, I know that whoever takes place after these people, you must initiate reconciliation. The first effort I did was I approached the chief and talked to him about the Council of Elders, because there were different communities with different problems. I can name one of them, Dibakunda Fula, and you have Chala and Kadaba Olof. And to an extent of having these problems to court level, but through reconciliation, I was able to squash down all those cases from the court, and they reconcile and see themselves as one. Still now, I also organize meetings to reconcile people about their mindset. Let them forget the past, and we take a new page. That is my advocate. That's how I advocate, definitely.
What are the major developmental challenges of your area?
Oh, there are a lot of developmental, because first of all, we have a wrong mindset, wrong concept of issues. People have wrong concept in the way they perceive things. One of the major developmental challenges is the political differences we have in the constituency. Still now, there are still people who don't want to adopt to the change, who don't want to, forgo the past and come to the level where we are recalling. So that is a big challenge for us, and we are really trying to do our level best to make sure that people think in the same meter line. Maybe if I can cite another challenge, maybe would be finance in regards to, but I think gradually we will go. Gradually we will come.
What are the strategies you're using to intimidate those challenges?
Yes, first of all, the strategies, I have structures in the constituency. In the ward level, I have structures there. There are political structures and development structures. The political structures are the party political committees, and the developmental structures are the village development committees. And I approach all these structures to advocate through them so that people, have the same understanding about my agenda.
Some of your critics say that you don't participate in National Assembly. How true is that?
Who are those critics? Hope you are not just alleging. I think maybe they are not following the proceedings of the National Assembly. But I can tell you, since I was sworn in office as a National Assembly of Sabach